Thank you very much. Well, let's help you plan your day ahead and be ahead of the weather. For that, we now turn to meteorologist Jennifer Delgado. Hi, Jen. Good morning.
Hi, Mike. You're getting used to saying Jens all the time, aren't you?
A lot of Jens. It's easy.
Jen squared. All right, this morning, yes, we've been talking about Cleon and what we're going to see today, especially in the parts of the upper Midwest. We're talking more snow and some rain out there for Minneapolis, Green Bay. Yes, that's what you're going to see today. Des Moines, some clouds around Kansas City as well as into St. Louis, 50 degrees. As we take you throughout your afternoon, yes, that snow continues to come down. You see it in blue, and then it's going to be there even through your drive time home. For Kansas City, a good amount of sunshine for you. The same for parts of St. Louis as well. Down towards the southeast, you're going to need that umbrella. For Charlotte as well as Atlanta, even into Jackson throughout the morning as well as even into your afternoon. This is what's going to shape up. More of that rain spreads in from the south. If you're going to be heading into Florida, lots of sunshine for you. Temperatures in the 70s. And then for parts of the central region, we are talking some rain around at times. You can see for areas like New Orleans, but across parts of Texas, Oklahoma, lots of sunshine out there. But it looks nice and quiet there. But what you're not seeing, all the fog out there this morning. Dense fog advisory in place until 10 o'clock across many of these areas, Jen and Mike. So people need to be cautious out there this morning.
Same spots that were foggy yesterday.
Absolutely.
Stockton. Jennifer, thank you.
All right.
Hi, everyone. Yes, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Now, today, of course, we know it's going to be really cold outside, and we also know there's going to be a lot of snow, and that snow coming down through the northern plains. Look where it's going to be the heaviest for areas including Minnesota, Duluth. You're going to be looking at another helping today. 32 degrees for the afternoon high in Minneapolis, 53 in Chicago. Rain there, and then notice we're still talking about that rain-snow mix for areas including parts of the UP. Now, as we move through tomorrow, this is where things get really messy, especially for parts of western Texas. You notice all the way into areas including Oklahoma, Arkansas, just to the west of Fayetteville. That's where we're going to see the potential for some of that icing to develop, and that's going to spread into areas even to the west of Paducah, Kentucky. Now, as we see that happening, that cold air is going to continue to filter in, and then notice that wintry precipitation spreads up towards New England. Anywhere you're seeing in purple, that's certainly going to be a problem spot for Friday. Dallas, it is going to be messy on the road. Hopefully, maybe you still have some holidays or some PTO and you can take some time off on that Friday. But notice we're also going to see some of that rain snow mix on Friday, but we're not done with it. As we move through Saturday, we're still talking about the potential for more of that icing to set up for areas including parts of Dallas, and then a wet, gray, soggy start to the weekend for parts of the southeast. So Alex, Mike, it's just going to be wet, it's going to be snowing, it's going to be windy, it's going to be cold. But we still have to be happy and positive, right?
You play those Christmas carols and
get in the holiday spirit.
Looks and feels, sounds like the holidays, right, Jennifer? Thank you. Welcome back, everyone, and thanks to Winter Storm Cleon, it is not going to be a pretty picture across the south.
Not by a long shot, Mike. We're talking several states are facing serious ice threat. Jen Carfagno has more from our New York studio. Hey, Jen.
Guys, good morning. And we're talking about this heavy ice accumulation for places like Arkansas. This morning, an amazing temperature contrast across the state. We're going to go live to Fort Smith, Arkansas, where meteorologist Dreyer is standing by. And Dylan, good morning to you. You know, I know a big notable difference this morning compared to when you landed here yesterday.
Oh, I know, Jen. You know, we went from areas in Arkansas in the upper 70s yesterday. It's now 35 degrees. And temperatures are falling. So even though this whole event in Arkansas is going to start as rain, we are going to see that transition over into freezing rain. And as you know, and as a lot of people do know, the freezing rain, it looks and sounds and falls like rain. So you really have to keep an eye on the thermometer in your car if you do have to travel, especially tonight and into tomorrow, because that 32 degrees is going to be all the difference between sliding off the roads and being able to maintain the way you're driving. So I'm right now about a few hours to the northwest of Little Rock, and we are going to see conditions here deteriorate in Fort Smith, Arkansas, before it happens in Little Rock. So while we will see somewhat of a changeover from rain over to freezing rain as we go into this afternoon, it should take until tonight and tomorrow, especially by about 4 a.m. in Little Rock, to see that change over to freezing rain. And at that point, just stay off the roads. That freezing rain coats everything in its path, and it is going to be extremely dangerous to be traveling. Jen?
You know, Dylan, are communities doing anything to prepare ahead of the storm here? Like, are schools closing early today?
There are a lot of schools, there are a lot of dayside programmings that have been shut down today. And I think that's the smartest thing to do. You don't want everybody to get where they're going and then have a whole lot of trouble trying to get back home. So a lot of the school districts are closed in northwestern Arkansas today.
Dylan Dreyer, thank you so much. And I think that's a great point, right? Here, the morning starting off fine, but conditions.
Well, the snow started falling in western Arkansas yesterday afternoon, and it hasn't let up since.
NBC's Dylan Dreyer live in Fort Smith, Arkansas this morning. Dylan, we know you've seen it all. Update us on what the conditions are like right now there.
Oh, we certainly have seen it all. It started off yesterday morning as rain, and then around 9 o'clock it switched over to freezing rain, and it was freezing rain the entire day. Actually, downpours almost of freezing rain by the time we got into last night. Now the snow is falling, and it's starting to accumulate on top of the ice. We have had reports, and just by some estimates on the trees that we're seeing here, we have easily picked up a ½ an inch of ice. But about 20 miles just to the south of here, we've had reports of an inch and a quarter of ice. That is a lot of ice to weigh down the power lines on I-71 just to the south of here. There are actually power lines right across the road. So it's one of those situations you knew it was going to happen, but you can't really prepare the power lines, and therefore they do tend to topple. But now that the snow is falling, I think we're going to see snow throughout at least the rest of the morning, and then eventually we'll start to see some improvements. But it is falling on top of the ice. The only benefit to that is it gives you a little traction, but there is a lot of ice to scrape off the cars. We've had reports of hundreds of thousands of people without power from down south in Texas all the way up to the Midwest. So with the next storm on Sunday, conditions certainly going to get worse before they ever get better.
All right, Dylan Dreyer reporting for us this morning, Fort Smith, Arkansas. Dylan, thank you very much. I mean, a winter wonderland there for sure.
Absolutely.